Hello everyone, probably noticed a change of scenery today. Just using my phone to record today, just to update you guys on the COVID situation in Shenzhen. There have been quite a few cases and throughout China here and there, and small lockdowns. Although this one is actually quite a big one, the most cases since the first wave, and as a result, China's obviously taken the decision to lock down Shenzhen. And as you guys know, Shenzhen is one of the major hubs when it comes to suppliers, manufacturers, logistics. So as you can imagine, this is going to cause a lot of issues for not only dropshippers but e-commerce store owners, as well as just getting freight sent out or processed rather. So the government has, when it comes to lockdown, the majority of businesses have to close, and obviously there's no travel to and from workplaces. I'm getting a lot of questions about this, such as a guess or an estimation of how long it's likely to take before they allow businesses to return as normal. Knowing China, they have quite a tight grip on this stuff, and I mean it's difficult to say. If there aren't any further developments, then we could be talking anything from. I mean, it's highly unlikely it's going to be as quick as 5 days, but it's always a possibility. It's more likely to be 7 to 14 days. Hopefully, it's not as long as 14 days. It will only be 14 days if there are any negative outcomes or developments in the next week or so. So I mean, what are your options as business owners, e-commerce store owners? Well, not much really. If you're scenario number one, if you're a dropshipper and you have a fulfillment company or a supplier or an agent who is based in Shenzhen and they can't get to work because of this lockdown, then you're pretty much stuffed, especially if you have inventory with them and you've stocked inventory. If you're not fixed to any particular supplier, manufacturer or fulfillment company, etc., then you do have options. One is to obviously find another supplier or another partner. I'm not going to keep saying supplier, manufacturer, agent all the time. So you're going to find another partner who is not located in Shenzhen and who's not restricted by this lockdown. Obviously, some products, the majority will be located in Shenzhen, but there are quite a few different hubs. So you've got Shanghai, that area, as well as obviously depending on your product. If you're selling clothing or textiles, it won't be in Shenzhen. It will be in Fujian, which is further south, which is a kind of southeast. So you would have much more options there. If it's technology products, then as I said, you've got Shanghai as an option, that area, Zhejiang. So you can get your agent. I mean, it's quite a difficult one because if your agent is based in Shenzhen, yes, they may be able to source or have some kind of backup plan. But if they can't get into work and they're not actually working, then it doesn't matter. They won't be able to source from anywhere else. So you're quite stuck there. So your only option really is to find another agent or fulfillment company outside of Shenzhen. Other than that, of course, you can check locally. If you're only selling to one geo or a handful of geos, you can look for inventory or suppliers that have your product in your local market. It obviously depends what volume you're shifting. If you're shifting a lot, then that's going to be easier said than done. Otherwise, if it's a few here and there, you can to get yourself out of trouble, you can find vendors on eBay or Amazon and drop ship from there. If you are waiting to get your bulk freight sent out, that's something else entirely different. And another issue, the majority of stuff does leave from Shenzhen, and if the cargo is there at the moment, then all you can do is wait. You're obviously not going to want to place another order of thousands of units to get it shipped to another port and get that processed. It's better, you're better off just waiting and holding out for this lockdown to end. On a positive note, and here comes the plug, although we do have a Shenzhen location, that is mainly for cargo, for bulk freight. 99.9% of our cross-border e-commerce parcels are processed in our Zhengzhou warehouse, where the head office is and the head warehouse is, and they go via Zhengzhou International Airport directly to the destination country. So that's the benefit we have at the moment. All of our clients who have inventory and that have suppliers that we source from suppliers that aren't based in Shenzhen, we're operating as normal. There aren't any issues. We don't expect any delay, unless, of course, there are products or services that need to divert or transfer via Shenzhen. For example, using the Shenzhen battery line, the Unexpress battery line, that has to transfer via Shenzhen because it goes, it's obviously a sensitive line, and it has to go via that hub. And there's expected to be, depending on the service used, there's expected to be a 5 to 7 day delay on those parcels and shipments. Also, for example, Sanyo's liquid line and UBI, they're also going to be affected because they also have to divert. And I think UBI is actually located in Shenzhen anyway. So yeah, there's going to be expected around 3 days for Unexpress, and Sanyo UBI closer to 7. So you obviously have to bear that in mind. Even if your supplier agent isn't located in Shenzhen, the logistics factor, if they do transfer via Shenzhen, you're gonna have this issue where you have to add that time scale, and put it on your website, your funnel, just to notify your customers. So I mean, if you are struggling at the moment, maybe you have loads of orders that can't be sent out because of this, get in touch. We'll certainly be able to find a solution for you. Even if your current supplier is in Shenzhen, we should hopefully be able to find an alternative supplier outside of that area and get those orders out. On another note, some other questions in regards to the Ukrainian and Russian war, how that is affecting e-commerce and shipping services. So far, from a dropshipping and e-commerce perspective, sending from China, we haven't noticed anything negative. Although we would, I would expect some shipping rate increases depending on the destination. I mean, because China, and without trying, getting into politics and stuff, China really isn't that badly affected by the war. It's mainly Europe, the United States, and other countries. But because I believe China already has a contract with Russia in regards to the oil supply and stuff like that, there isn't a huge increase in oil prices and fuel prices. Like, here in the UK, for example, it's gone up a ridiculous amount with fuel, with energy, as a direct result of the war. But that's not the case in China, and if you're sending the majority of your orders from China, foresee a massive impact in whether it's pricing or whether it's transit time. Of course, getting anything sent to Ukraine is going to be an issue. There has been some issues with, I believe, Czech Republic and some other surrounding countries whereby certain destinations cannot be sent to, certain postcodes. But overall, it seems everything is running as normal. We looking at the tracking data and the transit times, there don't seem to be any issues. So for now, fingers crossed, and hopefully this war does come to an end very soon. It's never a good thing, and with all innocent people dying in Ukraine, we just hope and pray that it ends very quickly. So that's pretty much all for today. Just wanted to give a quick update, mainly because of the Shenzhen lockdown. Hopefully it doesn't extend to other provinces. If it does, then there's going to be a similar case to the original lockdown when it first happened, and most companies and businesses were out for weeks on end. But because China has the measures in place, I doubt very much it's going to overflow and have a massive spike in cases in other provinces and cities. But I don't want to jinx it. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it's highly unlikely. Fingers crossed. So that's it. Thank you once again for watching. Hopefully this video has been useful and kind of gives you an idea of what to expect in the next week or two. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. And see you next time. Take care. See you guys.